We're going to go to the February
That's
sky
right.
report.
I'm going to start this one with a real quick question. How many of you could spot Venus or identify Venus in the sky if you saw it?
No.
Okay, well, this will be a great month for beginning to spot it. If you look to the southwest sky during twilight, the bright dot you see in the sky, it's brighter than any star, is the planet Venus. It's covered with white clouds, so it's very bright. Above it, as the sky gets darker, you can see Mars, which right now is far away and not at its brightest, but it does stand out with an orange color. This is how it'll look tomorrow night, or on Saturday. 8th is what? Sunday. But if we look on the 20th, there'll be a beautiful grouping. Venus and Mars will look very, very close together and be joined by a very thin crescent moon. So you'll be able to identify those. Just remember, Venus, Mars, Moon. Okay. Jupiter also tonight is at its very closest that it will be for the year. It rose right as the sun went down. It'll be highest at midnight and it will set at sunrise. And then it'll come up a little bit earlier night after night. But if you look at it now with a telescope and follow it for hours, you can actually see the entire planet rotate during the course of a night. It only takes about 10 hours to rotate. So if you patiently watch, you can see all of the different cloud features, which are constantly rearranging themselves on the planet. So if you time them and stuff, you can actually determine the longitudes and stuff of these features. There's too much to really go into on Jupiter this time, but I want to make you aware that if you have a telescope, there's a bunch of interesting events involving Jupiter's moons, which are now crossing in front of each other and eclipsing each other. And there's a whole list of times and an explanation of how these things work.
So go to our website.
That's right. Go to our sky information part of our website. On the 12th, if you get up early in the morning, you can see the moon next to the planet Saturn in this constellation Scorpius. The bright star Antares, which is orange, and the same brightness Saturn, but more yellow in color. So you can also pick out those planets. Here's a recent picture of Saturn through a telescope and how you could see it through a large telescope if the air is very steady. And then a couple nights later, or actually on the 16th, the moon will be next to another planet, Mercury. The other stars there are in Capricornus, but Mercury will be a little bit brighter. Remember, the planets are the brightest things in the sky after the sun and moon generally, or they're usually about as bright as the brightest stars, at least the ones you can see by eye. So it'd be a good month for picking out a bunch of them. Comet Lovejoy, which has been a lot in pictures. We did show it for a while here. You can see it in binoculars. It looks like a fuzzy round cloud. If you go out to the mountains, it still looks like a fuzzy round cloud. There's not a lot to it. It's more photogenic than it is a visual object. I tried to escape the glow of Los Angeles by going up in the San Gabriel Mountains. I got this picture with a new camera the observatory has. But unfortunately, the sky there even was pretty bright. And even after trying to subtract out as much of it as I could, the tail barely showed up. But this is about what it would be in binoculars. And it will travel into the constellation Cassiopeia, which is a pretty easy W-shaped constellation that you can find in the northwest sky shortly after sunset. Now that the moon's out of the evening sky, this is beginning to be a good time to look for it again. And then I believe this is up to you.
Last month we showed a slide about an upcoming lunar eclipse, and we had an error in it. It said September 28th. In fact, it's September 27th. So if you put it in your calendar, change it in your calendar. And more than that, come to Griffith Observatory. We will definitely be open. You can see that the totality is right in the middle of the evening. And we have just formed a partnership with the Los Angeles Philharmonic that is going to send up a Steinway piano. Yay, LA Phil. Send up a Steinway piano and a pianist to play the Moonlight Sonata and other lovely live music. So yeah, it'll be a wonderful evening. But if you can't come here, you can always watch it on our live stream, because we do, as you know, stream such events. We just also tried to stream the Jupiter Shadow event. That was that long thing. I said, go to our website. There are more of them next month. At next month's show, we will spend more time talking about what they are. But we did live stream it. It was the lower one was Jupiter at sunrise. Sunset. at dusk, and then the seeing got a little bit better, but you really could barely make out any of the shadows. In contrast, this is what Hubble saw. So,
Yeah, they should put telescopes in space.
yeah, that would be a good idea.